Hello, Aileen Gallagher here. So today I want to quickly answer a question that I'm sometimes asked about what's the best productivity app or planning scheduler to use in order to overcome procrastination or to improve productivity or to simply get things done. And the short answer to that is there isn't really any app or tool that I'd recommend in order to help to overcome procrastination, because procrastination is a symptom. It's a symptom of an underlying problem. So there's an underlying cause that's causing that symptom. So things like procrastination or overthinking or indecision, second guessing ourselves, over servicing, distracting ourselves with busy work. All of those things are symptoms of of an underlying cause. So until we actually deal with what's the underlying cause of those sabotaging symptoms, the symptoms will keep coming back. So there's no point in band-aiding the problem or treating the symptom. We really need to go to the underlying cause and find out what that is and change our perception and our understanding around that. So the next question you might ask then is, well, what's the underlying cause? What's the cause of these type of sabotaging symptoms? And I suppose to put it simply, the main types of causes is one is past trauma, and the second then is limiting beliefs. So when we talk about past trauma and how is that linked to procrastination and us not doing what we need to do, there's different levels of trauma. And one thing I've learned from working with my own clients is that trauma is very personal. Sometimes, we have those higher levels of trauma, the labeled trauma, so speak, like PTSD or complex PTSD or developmental trauma disorder, those type of traumas that obviously have a very negative impact on people's lives. Then there's the other types of maybe lower levels of trauma, because as I said, one thing is that I've learned is that trauma is very personal. What one person goes through, they seem to kind of breeze through that traumatic experience, and sometimes another person might have what's perceived to be a much lower level of a traumatic experience, and can have a detrimental impact on them later in life. So sometimes when we're engaging in sabotaging behavior, we have to look back, okay, is there trauma there? What's the cause of it? And identify it and help that person through that, to help them to change their understanding of, and I suppose release the emotion from that particular trauma, because that's exactly what's happening when we try to do things and we're not able to do things. It's because we're coming out of our comfort zone. What we want to do and the goals that we want to achieve and the things that we want to do is not usual, something that we do. So we're kind of uncomfortable with it. It's not familiar to us. And sometimes when we move out of our comfort zone and into something that's uncomfortable or unfamiliar to us, it triggers some kind of emotion or memory associated with that. And our subconscious mind holds us back, saying, okay, it's not safe for us to go ahead and do that. And there is no tool or app that's going to override that subconscious mind that's going to protect us, because it doesn't deem that it's safe for us to actually go ahead and carry out those tasks and do what we need to do to get ahead. The other cause then is limiting beliefs, and limiting belief. A belief is a belief that's not really going to help us. It's not serving us. It's not bringing us forward. A belief is simply a thought that we've thought over and over to the point that we think and believe that it's a fact, but it's not. If it's a limiting belief and it's holding us back, it's not a fact. So that's another thing that will stop us moving forward. And sometimes we just kind of have to question the belief, question whether this is really true, whether this is actually is serving us, whether it's going to, and what it is that we can do to actually change that belief and eliminate that limiting belief. So they're the things that kind of help. They're, I suppose, the underlying causes of these type of symptoms. So I suppose that's to kind of answer the question. It's not, a tool or an app is never going to help you to overcome procrastination or any of those sabotaging behaviors. we have to find the underlying cause and then work on that, change our understanding or change the emotion that we currently associate with that cause. And then we've changed when we change the underlying cause, then that removes the symptoms, and then we can actually move ahead and get what we need to get done.